shouldn't have been in their favor. So let's go.
Alright, so right now, here we go into this lovely little map, Pump Out Punch Track on Splat Zones. We're seeing a Blaster coming out from Ethereal's side, so this should be Custom Blaster, which is the alternate Blaster choice, I would say, after maybe the Rapid, yeah.
Indeed. It's all inkjets, always the inkjet, but Ethereal here, starting off very strongly here, capping the zone within the first...
Kagitsa, though, is a very strong player, known for his sharking abilities, just chasing after people relentlessly, getting these kills just like that, just waiting for the opportunity to sneak his way in, and his team immediately grabs a zone behind him as he just charges on their way through. And Fumiko having so many problems dealing with somebody on her snipe. That is not something you want to deal with as a sniper on this map for sure. Oh dear. But of course, getting the very nice snipe there in the center to contest the zone, and Ethereal back in control despite an inkjet currently active on the Extermination side. Echo here doing some... Oh, a very nice... Oh my god! The pressure coming out. Ooh, just going a little... Oh my gosh! He does get it! He gets it! Fumiko! They need to capture the zone right now, though they're taking way too long just extending that, and Ethereal actually have a chance still. They've been able to extend their lead all the way to 67 points. Extermination took a little bit too much time here making their way. And Ben getting a very clean direct there with the Blaster. Creating an opening here for Ethereal. Hold the ball up! Everything's just happening all at once. Kagitsa is everywhere. He is pressuring every single place possible, every single entrance that Ethereal could come in. I was talking about how it's a little bit hard to just lock your opponents out, but Kagitsa is just proving me wrong. He's doing such a good job of hiding his presence. Kagu is Kagu. Like, even back in Splatoon 1 days with the stealth jump, quick respawn stuff, like, Kagu was just... He was everywhere and nowhere. Like, this guy knows how to control. Unfortunately, despite that, that's 3 still alive, but 3 down for Ethereal. Man, that was a huge push for Extermination, and now Ethereal have quite a bit of a hill to climb, and the 3-man wipe not going to help much. Hypex try and do his best, but when you're 1 man alone on the zone, like on a map like this, you're pretty much easy pickings. Indeed, indeed. And of course we have here that Extermination are already down to 17 points here. Quite a large penalty, fortunately. And Fumiko has the bomb rush at the ready, but he can't use it. He's just being chased to the ends of the earth right now. Has to pop it right now, doing his best to see if he can get something, but only half the duration was used. At the very least, they were able to capture the zone. They captured at the very least. It does cap, but it is in vain though. That is 3 down for Ethereal though. This remains an uphill fight with no resources at their disposal now to push through. Things are just not looking good for them right now, and we got Kagitsa just calmly rolling in with the baller, getting the assist kill on that as well. Kagitsa everywhere and anywhere at once, catches the inkjet as well in mid-air. Ethereal are trying their best, but at this point they're slowly falling their way in. Another bomb rush coming in with the bomb rush to try and contest. The zone is neutralized here, but it's not... No, yes, it is just enough. It's just enough for Ethereal to take and apply a new penalty. And they'll finally... They are going to finally be able to get their 3-man wipe of their own right now, but once again, we're going to see the Enzap just come in straight and ink every single thing, and Fumiko is by himself on the zone, so no way to contest that capture. But just that one Enzap just strolling straight up to the zone and just take it. This is mine. And Fumiko once again clutching with the bomb rushes, unfortunately taken down there by Kagu, who then gets punished by Ben. And this is sort of the weird thing with Ethereal's lineup is that they brought the Blaster in order to try to confirm some kills, but their real only source of turf control is the occasional bomb rush, and then also the octave rush as well. The Tri-Slosher is okay, but he's going to be spending most of his time trying to get that ink armor up and getting kills. So he relies a lot on his teammates to actually get the zone coverage, and with that, Extermination are just rolling over them right at this point now. Indeed. It's starting to not look very good here. They're both low on time and low on actual score as well. This might actually be it with a pseudo 3 down. Fumiko once again coming in with the bomb rush to try and clutch.
but there are only 20 seconds left. It's not enough to stop the push, and the timer will probably tick out. That's a wipe, and it's game.
Like, this entire game, it never felt like Fumiko ever had a chance to safely snipe anywhere. Always constantly pressured, whether it's the N-Zap or if it's the Luna Blaster. Just constant pressure everywhere. Essentially made a lot of these matches a 3v4 situation. Very nice control.
We were able to see Kagu with a 23 KA.
Oh god. Like I said, he was everywhere at once on this map. Like,
it's Schrodinger's Luna, remember? he is everywhere and nowhere and both and neither simultaneously. That man knows what to do at all times.
You can nerf the Luna Blaster, but you can't nerf Kagu. He made it work, even with the ink efficiency being as bad as it is.
To Fumiko's credit, though, there was a lot of bomb rushes coming out from there to stall, to contest, and to capture. So definitely putting in everything from what they can do from their position, despite the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of gameplay that Extermination is really good at, is this up-close pressure. I think when we see like more viable splat lanes, we're gonna see Banana immediately take that and just assert even more dominance. Right now, I think Banana is handling the N-Zap role at the moment, so just spending time making sure he get the Ink Armor charges up, get the zone cover for his team. But right now, Extermination are playing great. I'm very curious to see how Ethereal are going to respond in this game number 2.
Well, we are now on Rainmaker main stage, which may very well be considered the Black Belly Rainmaker of Splatoon 2. Massive potential for control swings.
It's largely unchanged. Both sides taking the same composition into the battle right now.
A fairly nice matchup and rollout here coming up from both teams. Banana there going up to the side very quickly, but Hyper getting the clean kill on Kagu, unable to do his flanky nonsense. And this is a very strong start here for Ethereal. Unfortunately, Banana coming in with the dunk on the fish, stopping any early push there from Ethereal's side.
And you can see there's the pathway laid before him, but right now, very nice job there, just stopping that push cold. But Ethereal so far with the map control in their grasp, and Fumiko, even though we see Fumiko being taken out here, I will say this is another map where Charger can excel at pretty well too.
Indeed. I mean, for the Rainmaker, the map is a little bit iffy because there is the ramp that goes up to the snipe, where snipers do love to live, but it's still very nice to have, and Bomb Rush, of course, is just good at taking the zone. Unfortunately, though,
that Rainmaker is just being left unnoticed. No one is touching it now.
It's almost like it's got a virus or something. It's just like, do not touch.
I mean, if you were a 3, you don't want your opponents to touch you. Although Extermination are really going in right now. They're just wandering around the other side of the base taking trades, which I'm not sure if that's the greatest of idea to do at this moment here. They are finally going to be able to grab that Rainmaker. They're going to try to go for the right flank, but immediately caught up by Hyper.
He gets caught out by Hyper. Nope. Nice play. There's just no movement there and totally exposed that you are coming that way. Gets another nice kill on Kagu, and this is just the full team now working together here from Ethereal's side. This is looking quite good here for Ethereal.
Now, if there is one thing to be safe is that they have funneled Ethereal into one side of the map, but right now we are seeing that they are getting the trades right now in their favor. That Rainmaker slowly making its way into the courtyard. Not quite yet, though. It is going to be caught out by Kagu, so watching a bump, but no! He gets hit by the Rainmaker shoot! Fumiko's going to go in right now!
Fumiko, you monster! With the bomb rush on the fire fin, proving to be absolutely invaluable, solo bursting the Rainmaker shield and taking it to 29. Ethereal in an excellent position here.
I just imagine Kaguto thinking, I got the Rainmaker kill. Time to go in and clean up, and all of a sudden he dies. And what just happened?
Extermination here, looking like really having to have an uphill battle here. Ben now in on Extermination's base side here, camping out, spying out some movement here with his blaster and the inkjet at the ready. And Fumiko with a bomb rush on standby as well. This is looking very perilous here for Extermination.
That was a bit of a mistake there, coming out from Hyper though. Backed up a little bit too far, trying to get the shots in to safely shoot in, but unfortunately didn't notice how close he was to the bomb. But right now, it doesn't really matter to him. Extermination are just having a hard time coming out their own side of the map, and that's just, you know, this is the kind of map and mode combo where if you're locked out of the middle of the map just like this, your opponents have so much room to maneuver around you, find those flank points to prevent you from actually sneaking their way around. You see Fumiko just accidentally swimming all the way back to the perch so easily.
This is definitely one of the few maps here where range can still shine, and Fumiko is really demonstrating that as Extermination continue to struggle.
Oh my god!
And if that's 3 down on against Extermination, Ethereal here looking very strong.
And what this is looking like, this is basically the exact opposite of what happened in the last game. Game 1, Extermination locking out Ethereal. Game 2, Ethereal locking out Extermination here. And right now they're just pushing the lead even further. Not quite.
Unfortunately, not quite. Getting a little greedy there for the dunk, but it doesn't seem to matter as the pressure is just too strong. That's a breakdown, and that is game!
They just got swarmed in their own side of the base, and usually, if that Rainmaker does get in that area, it's usually pretty okay to defend, but right at that moment, you see all the Extermination members rushing towards the Rainmaker, all the specials in the world came out. They all just came out and stopped Extermination cold.
Absolutely incredible pressure there from Ethereal. Extermination just completely struggling in that second half of that game to get any control, and Ethereal getting 2 clean wipes towards the end there, sealing the deal. Just very strong play all around.
And now we go to Game 3. It's the new map that just released this week. Was it this week or last week? Last week. Montemaria.
Whoa. Oh boy.
This is a... Okay, so... I only saw the Rainmaker version of this map, so I'm very interested to see what the tower control map of this looks like, but from my cursory glances of looking at this map, it's a very hallway-y map, except until you get into the middle of it.
Yeah, so you're basically going to have a very strong fight around the center. There's a lot of open... It's kind of like you could think of it, it's kind of like a fusion of the last 2 maps that we've had. You have Humpback, where there's just a whole bunch of open space in the center. Whereas main stage, a bit more crammed, a bit more condensed. Whereas this, you're quite wide open in the center. You've got the two courts on each side, giving you a lot of space to move around, along with a fairly open center as well, along with the grates in center. But once you move away from the center, pushing that tower, you start condensing as you get much closer, ending up into some very, very difficult to push through natural chokes.
And this is another map where I believe the Charger can actually pretty excel on, as there are a lot of natural perch points for the Chargers to take on the flank sides. There are little perches over there. You have the middle of the map, which is raised with the mast, and the entire middle of the map is pretty darn open from either end. So we can see a lot of nice plays. This is tower control though, so this is a very scary map to be playing against Extermination. This is Kagu's bread and butter mode.
I'm very concerned if Extermination happen to get control of center and make a push towards those chokes. Like, that will be just Kagu really shining, just locking out if it gets to that.
Alright, here we go. It's going to be game number 3 in round 3 of this entire tournament. We're almost halfway there, guys, as we see the same compositions coming out from both sides. Both of them very comfortable with what they're playing. Although I do see Kagu looking like he changed his outfit a little bit. It's armor he's wearing now.
Power armor.
Your favorite. As you can see right now, Fumiko's actually going straight down the middle, just trying to control the middle of the map here. So just avoiding the sides as much as possible. Just look how much room Fumiko has to snipe.
No, not just that, but very interesting to see Ethereal grouping together. You do see 3 of them all bunched up on their perch, not really helping. There's 2-2 down on both sides. Unfortunately, Extermination look like they're really gaining a lot of control in the center.
Yep.
And if Ethereal don't respond quickly, they might find themselves with a snowball here to fight against.
So the really nice thing. Oh well, I was about to say Kagu's doing a really nice job of hiding out, but Fumiko has like squid sensors onto there or something. I don't know what that snipe was. That was a good snipe though.
Oh, absolutely. Like Fumiko is pretty much the thorn in Kagu's side here right now. Doing a lot of work here to try and suppress with the bomb rush whilst avoiding the jetpack.
And the tower hasn't even been touched! The tower is being left unmolested for this entire game right now, and so far, both sides just concerned with getting the kills here. This is looking a lot more like a death match than an objective match.
Unfortunately, that is essentially 3 down in the center against Ethereal here. Echo here playing the shuffling game. Waiting for his prey. He does panic though as he does get hit.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have a lot of turf to do, and just the amount of ink that's coming out from Ethereal, who will be the first ones to grab the tower. Not the best of places for him to shark around. In fact, not place for anyone for Extermination to be at all.
Off on Banana there. That is a complete wipe against Extermination. Oh, this is bad. This is bad for Extermination.
What I really like, you see Ethereal just spread out. They're trying to cover as many zones as they can. Hyper with the inkjet at the ready here, catching out with the exhaust. Doesn't quite get the kill. Now gets the kill. There it is.
He does get the kill, pressuring with the exhaust as well. A very nicely deployed inkjet there by Hyper. Desperately trying to avoid Kagu's blaster, but goes down. Yeah, like that. 51 is not the strongest to push.
Oh, Echo in a bad position here! He will have revenge from his teammates as they will finally just touch that tower, trying to get control of the middle, but there's no ink for them to move around at all! The bombs are just everywhere coming out from them! There's nowhere for them to maneuver, they're gonna get taken out instantly! That's another wipe coming out from Extermination's side! Ethereal have been practicing on this map for sure because they are blocking up every single flank points possible. Watson just covering this entire left side of the map by himself, it looks like.
Ethereal just getting such excellent wipes. Hyper there getting an excellent kill there on Kagu, shutting down their flank and choke potential. They have now, Ethereal now passed the second checkpoint, and Hyper getting another kill there.
And Extermination is kind of panicking right now. They're all finally in one at a time. They're getting singled out immediately right now. They are finally going to be able to get some kills. That's 2 kills down from the side of Ethereal, but Hypic just making its way through. Has the inkjet, but unfortunately, not enough height. Echo would just kill him instantly. That's a full team wipe coming out from Ethereal, giving Extermination some breathing room. But that push was all the way to the 16-point marker.
That's quite strong. Like, Ethereal must be feeling pretty good about themselves right now. Coming back on the back foot here, but it doesn't look like that they can really breathe for long here. Banana already close to Ethereal's base here, trying to suss out this bucket, but getting done here as well. The player deltas here roughly even. Like, one goes down, then the other goes down, the other team. No. This is just...
Wanza was about to claim a third victim, but unfortunately enough, he was able to duck down to the sidelines, but Ethereal have this game down to pat. Kagutsu just chasing after Fumiko, but Fumiko, again, they have so much turf control, he can just go anywhere he wants.
Like a Kagu there, or on his own, but there are 3 players on Ethereal's side there in that vicinity, just absolutely no hope there. The army here coming up on Ethereal's side. Hyper does get sussed out there by Nils, and will get punished by Banana. But Ethereal, Extermination has to make the push now.
Not even the ink armor is enough. Not even the ink armor.
Important kill. Extermination need to get on the tower. They do. They just get on the tower. Yep. Then trading with Kagu, and no, the tower rider going down. And that is game! And
Ethereal
have done it! They have beaten the odds! What should have been a total flattening goes to Ethereal!
And you just see Ethereal making the play adjustments. They were reacting to Extermination's aggressive plays so well, and towards the end there, you just see Extermination just kind of flounder a little bit, just sort of funneling their way in one by one, and unfortunately for that, they lost a lot of their push specials as well.